Hoodie Slimmy is back.
Can you raise your hand when that 20 seconds starts so I can know to shut up?
How about we just start now and practice?
Let's play the quiet game.
Quiet game.
I tried that with my students. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it does. It never works that way.
It never
How y'all
works.
doing out there? We got a lot to talk about.
All right.
We going coast to coast.
20 seconds is starting.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. What you say? Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
Bitch,
we live. Hey, we back. You know, we had to have that special selection for y'all. For the people out there that couldn't hear, it was Hit the Road, Jack.
I'm ready to scrap.
That's dedicated
We just had
to
this conversation.
Jim
We spoke it
Caldwell.
into existence.
Hit the Road, Jack.
Not
Don't
cool,
you come
man.
back
What episode is
no
this?
more.
85?
24.
24.
You were really
You should
close.
know that, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You should know
Since
that.
you guys
Great
talked
number.
so much shit.
Great number. Episode 24, the number of the great one. The other number. All right, well, what up, though, folks? I'm Detroit Red, Killer.
Your boy Slimmy Fats is in the building.
We got L Hook in the building again. Today we
Preach
will.
that.
Special guest. What up, though?
What's up?
Today we will get to crypto at some point. But we got a lot of
Maybe.
stuff on the menu. What we got to talk
I
about?
do. Hold on.
Oh, we got to talk
me grab
about
my-
Caldwell being out of there.
fired.
We want to know who do you think should be the next head coach of the Detroit Football Alliance. We got to talk about Isaiah Thomas' return to the Cleveland Cavaliers and whether or not you think he should have played it in the Boston game. We got to talk about the NFL playoff predictions. Who's going to win the Super Bowl this year? We're going to talk about who's the NFL MVP, who's the Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, all that good stuff. And we're going to talk about some cryptocurrencies, right?
Yeah,
We're going to try to boss y'all life up a little bit.
Yeah,
Gotta get this
that's
money,
DJ's
man.
Try to get this money.
segment today.
I am currently getting money off crypto. Thank you,
Crypto.
Larry.
Yes, please stop gifting.
Chronic
and get into crypto.
catalyte.
Turn your gift into crypto.
Yeah.
Don't
I
stop
can't
gifting.
mess with cryptocurrency because I'm a blood. You know what
I
I'm
know.
saying?
Mm.
So like, no, I'm just
He can't mess with Bipto.
Bipto.
Right,
You gonna say it's
Bipto.
Bipto.
All right, so right off the top, man, I'm pissed off about Jim
Let's-
Caldwell getting fired. And I
let's
don't
hear
think he
it.
deserved
I
it.
want to hear about it.
It
from
was
you.
dumb. All right, so here's my take.
Agreed.
Okay.
Stupid. Very
Yeah.
Lions-like.
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all, you are the Lions. You know, let me just attack the opposition in the way they feel off top. I'm hearing a lot of people on Twitter arguing with some cats. You know, that's not good enough. You got to make the playoffs. First of all,
Absolutely.
a winning season is good enough for the Lions. Let's start there.
Agreed.
Period. Period. It's good enough for the Lions. You suck.
For the Lions? Like, why do we
Yeah.
have to have a different standard, though?
Because you went 0-16 and nobody else did. Except the
Wait, hold on.
Cleveland in the
So,
house.
that's
Company
why.
now. We have company.
We got company now. But that's why. If the Browns had a winning season and they fired Hugh Jackson, I would say the same thing. That's stupid. You just had a winning season. Don't act like you're not the Browns.
First back-to-back winning seasons in 20 years for the Lions.
Really,
Let's put
though?
that on the record.
It's
Yes.
3 though, right? He went 11 and
Oh, yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, back-to-back.
11 and 5,
I'm
right?
glad you bringing this up. Keep on
10
going.
and what?
No,
Was it?
no.
He
What's the
had-
next
He
record?
7
had
and 9.
three. He
7
had
and 9, okay.
And
3
then-
out of 4
and
winning
then
seasons.
7 and 9
Oh, then he went 7 and 9 twice.
twice.
And then what?
This was it 9 and 7.
Right, but he made the playoffs
Twice, but
twice,
but
right?
with no result.
Of course they lost. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Okay,
But
so
this is my
overall,
point.
in
First
the 4
back-to-back-
seasons, he was 36 and 28, 0-2 in playoffs.
That's good with me. I'm judging this guy on a Lions scale. I'm not judging him on a Patriots scale
Oh,
or a
it's a-
Packers scale.
We're on a curve
Do we
scale.
belong to the NFL?
He's a
Huh?
teacher, and
We
he's
belong to the
curving the
NFL,
scale
right?
right now.
Do who belong to the NFL?
The Lions.
Yeah.
Right. So
I mean, if you want to compare
They're not in
Marvin, he got that 2-year extension. What?
Are they in the same
0
league
and
as
7?
everybody else? No.
0 and
No.
7 in playoffs, 15
No.
years.
At least he was making it to the
The
playoffs.
Lions aren't a serious team. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yes, they.
no, we are not. We
Yes,
should
we
be
are.
happy that we have a winning team.
No.
When I go to the stadium, I know we got a good chance of winning. We'll probably go 9-7, and we may make the playoffs and lose. What was your expectation? What are you mad about? If you wanted him fired, why? Like, what?
I'm gonna
What
tell
did
you why
you
I'm mad,
expect?
son.
That's all
I'm
I
gonna
want
tell
to
you why
know.
I'm mad.
He's so mad.
So this is why I'm mad, because I'm glad you brought out those records that Caldwell had. It shows that he was declining the whole way. It'd been different. He would start out 7-9, 7-9,
Okay.
11-5, 9-7, and I'm like, okay, we're heading in the right direction.
Okay.
By him declining, that tells me one thing: we're headed in the wrong direction, and we would have made the playoffs this year if it wasn't for many bonehead plays that Caldwell calls
I
and
don't
loses
know
the
about
game. Go for the field goal, Caldwell. No, we're going to go for it on fourth down. Oh, we didn't get it. Game over. Oh, challenge that play, Caldwell. That's an obvious catch. That's an obvious first down.
That's coming from up
I'm not
top,
going.
though.
I'm not going to challenge. You the head coach, man.
Somebody
The final
up top got to tell you to challenge it, though.
Man, the final decision is yours as the head coach.
All right.
So
I'll give you that.
that's 2 games this season that he lost. So that transported us from 9-7 to 11-6.
And then we would have lost game 1 in the playoffs,
But
right?
we'd have made the playoffs.
But
I don't know.
But did you expect
I don't
him to
know.
win? What was your
Right.
expectations? Is what
Are
I'm
we
expect
gonna
the
we gonna
playoffs.
put those 2 games solely on him, or we gonna
The team
make the
gotta
players
play.
accountable?
Yeah.
It's
Who though? Who we gonna put it on?
the 11 that's out there.
Who we gonna put it on? Matthew Stafford, another 4,000-yard year, 30 touchdowns.
you could put it on Stafford. What's
You
his
can't.
record against winning teams?
That's
Terrible.
Same
I'm not
as
even gonna
Caldwell.
mention.
Yeah, who did that?
Huh?
It's Caldwell.
That was before Caldwell
Whose
got
fault is
there.
that? Caldwell
Well,
or
I'm glad you brought that-
Stafford?
I'm glad you brought that up too, because Caldwell's record against winning teams is like 6-25. You feel me? So that shows me you can't beat the team
Because he don't have a
That's
winning
on-
quarterback. What?
No, he
Here's,
does.
here's,
He's
here's
going
how I
on
analyze
4,000
those
yards a
numbers.
year.
This is how I analyze those numbers you just gave me, right?
Okay.
That means to me that if you have a winning record at the end of the season, but you lose against teams that are over 500, that means that you have a good team, but you don't have winning players. You don't have impact players to win those big games. That's Stafford. You well coached because look at your record. But when it comes down to a big game that you got to win,
All
you
these games-
lose because you don't have that player.
The
We don't have
majority
Aaron
of games-
Rodgers.
Yes, dude, we do. We
We
have.
don't have a running back or a running game.
This is the thing.
Or
and
running, blocking
all general
O-line.
managing and coaching. Because Caldwell had input on picking the players in the draft, and who we get? Eric Ebron, the savior.
Wait, that was
Is he Tony
Caldwell's fault?
Gonzalez?
I don't think that was
Yes.
I don't think that was
Yes,
Caldwell.
because the coach, I would have taught. I'd be like, hell no,
Man,
and I'm gonna have that
man.
shit on record too. Like, hey,
He not
I
the
just want to
GM,
say
bro.
I did not pick this bum. That was just the general manager.
E-Bum
Yeah.
started balling the last couple games.
He said
so-
E-Bum.
Yeah, but still, who do we miss out on? You know what I'm saying?
Who do we
Who do we miss out on?
I'm not sure. Probably somebody important.
Matt,
You know
probably
what
the
I'm
best
saying?
defensive player.
Right.
In
So
the
you get
league.
rid of Caldwell. Who do you bring in now?
Donaldson.
That's the biggest
Who
question.
you gonna
of
bring
all.
in now?
Or
And
else
then-
you just wasted time. You made an emotional call by
Yeah.
firing a guy without anybody to replace him. Gruden
But
is
look-
gone.
And
Well, look,
they fired the offensive coordinator
Coordinator.
too. And they've
Bob
been
Cooter?
talking to
Cooter, yeah, Cooter
and
was
they've been
supposed to save the
talking
world.
to Matt Patricia. Is that his name from the Patriots?
Yeah, from the Patriots.
And Josh McDaniels.
Yep.
And Vrabel.
Right. Has
So
he
the thing
coached
is,
a
though-
day in his
That's
life?
the
He's
Vrabel?
the defensive coordinator for the Texans, he's ass too.
Right.
But the thing is, though,
They're
we got a new
injured.
general manager or whatever, and he wants to bring in his guys. Caldwell wasn't his guy. He even said it like
I can understand that. Outside of that,
the general manager
They
There was
failed
no
you.
too
reason to
early.
fire
He
him.
said it.
Yeah.
He said the past general manager failed you, Jim. So you're
What-
ass on the guillotine.
So you just blamed him for being a GM and making bad moves, and then you just said the current GM said the past GM failed you, Jim. So was Caldwell's fault with the
It was
players he
fault,
was working
yeah.
with?
Yeah, absolutely.
it's not.
It
Man.
is.
Oh,
It's
man.
coaching.
It's not his fault.
I just pointed out 2 times that he cost us games this season.
He was very much Rick
this
Carlisle-ish, if you want to draw a parallel to the Pistons and the Lions.
I'm not gonna.
No,
I can't.
no.
I got more respect for Rick Carlisle. Don't
He's
compare
more
him
like-
to Carlisle. No,
He's
I'll
more
go
Carlisle.
there.
like-
Rick
legendary
Carlisle
coach.
was winning.
So okay, so
Well,
how
Jim
many,
Caldwell
how
was
many,
winning
how much
He's in the
longer would
playoffs,
you have
winning
given him
playoffs
though?
games.
This is why I'm saying he Rick Carlisle. Before Rick Carlisle, the Pistons were not respectable. Before Jim Caldwell, the Lions were not respectable. Kind of sort of with Schwartz a little bit, but they like gained a stature of, okay, this organization is decent. We'll be here every year. We get it together. You look up maybe 10 years from now, we may be a contender. You got to be realistic. Like, we not about to be better than Green Bay or Minnesota no time soon because we're the Lions.
I'm glad you bringing up so many.
Lions.
I'm loving these oops you throwing me, DJ.
You got to break your duck again, though. You got to Blake Griffin.
I'm gonna sit here and take notes because I don't want to.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Come on.
I'm
Go.
ready for it.
This was the year. You
This
missed
is
the
not
Green
the
Bay,
year.
right?
Yeah, this was not the year.
This is not
Aaron,
the
yes,
year.
it was.
You know what? Hold
Listen,
on.
listen though.
Wait, really quick.
Oh.
Cheers to
You always
24.
do this.
Yeah,
Cheers.
in the
24.
middle of a
Cheers.
great
Right,
Yeah,
right.
because
You know what I'm
it'll
saying?
I'm
never
not gonna
stop.
forget,
I'm
though.
just gonna
I'm not
slow
gonna
down.
forget.
I'm gonna
This
slow
is in
down.
memory of Jim Caldwell. This is for Jimmy. Jimmy,
It is
Goodbye,
Brown.
Jim.
It is for Jimmy.
only
man.
Jimmy we respect is Jimmy from the Fire Heartbeats.
Get ready for
Man,
that
It's been a
4
nice
and 12
ride.
That
season.
is Brown. Man, can we please stop?
I mean-
doing
So
this
look.
fireball?
So look,
Please, dog. This is
Listen.
terrible.
It ain't that. I mean, the little cinnamon twist on it
Straight.
don't really.
See,
You know what I'm
he's
saying?
so
You
pro
see how
black
that
he can't
works?
drink Fireball.
Yeah, I'm a little,
You want Hennessy?
yeah.
So
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Yeah.
Hennessy's terrible, dog. You can take
I
my
just
black
wanna feel like
card.
I'm on the porch. That's all.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I'm in school.
I mean, it's winter time. It's like that little
cinnamon
cinnamon,
is-
peppermint.
is-
Like I got
It's-
class tomorrow. And I don't
It's,
feel like walking
it's
down the
cool.
hill to get there.
Okay, back to this though.
All right.
I'm glad you brought up Green Bay. This is
Right,
the year because
This is
Aaron
about the year.
Rodgers. Oh, his collarbone is fucked up.
right.
Yes,
yeah.
Okay.
that's the every year we got to beat Green Bay.
You know we
they
made
gonna
it.
win.
The
But-
last time we injured Aaron Rodgers, we made it
right.
But
on that account. And
Did-
Minnesota was ass.
this year,
So-
Minnesota was better
Thank you.
than
That's my
Green
point
Bay
out.
with Aaron Rodgers,
See,
bro.
I'm
They
throwing-
work.
I'm
They
throwing
work.
him
Yeah,
back.
nah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
You thought
And
the
he
you
threw
thought
him
the
the
hoop was
oop.
for him, but I came over the top. Like,
no,
ah.
you threw him the oop and then he threw it to me right back.
Nah, bro.
Because listen,
Okay.
because we beat we
How
we
many
split,
times are
we
you gonna miss
split.
the layup though?
We split.
We
split
split.
with
We
Minnesota.
split with
We
a
beat
better
Minnesota.
team. A better team.
So okay, we split with the best team in the league.
Would you-
in our
Would you
take
take Minnesota's defense or the Lions' defense?
Oh, Minnesota for
Would
sure.
you take
All right.
Minnesota's O line or the Lions' O line?
Minnesota?
Would you take Minnesota's running back or the Lions' running back?
They better than us.
I don't know what we got over there. Maybe quarterback slightly.
regardless of that?
Right.
Oh,
We
regardless.
split 1-1 with them. You
Regardless.
feel me? 1-1.
Yeah, ain't no
We
regardless.
It is.
overachieved.
It is though. So all we
we-
have to do is beat Green Bay, which we did.
Okay.
So this is the year for us to make it to the playoffs. But what we do,
You still play 13
this is why
other
we the
games,
reason why
man.
Marvin Lewis still got a fucking coaching job because we lost to them fucking bums.
We
What?
did.
Well, no, we not the reason. Marvin
Who's
Lewis.
for it now? Let
Marvin
me.
Lewis got dirt on somebody in the Bengals organization.
I'm gonna draw another
like it's
parallel.
something
Yeah.
I'm draw another
Yeah.
parallel.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
Too much?
They are
Aye.
Is that
The
It was-
opinions of Christina are solely the opinions of Christina and not Larry.
Right.
Hold up.
Larry, I got a
I
question
didn't
for
say that,
Larry.
Marvin.
Okay.
You can answer it too, but I think he'll answer it right.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Whose defense would you have, the Lions or the Packers?
he's so mad?
Think about it.
That's an easy decision.
I'm gonna take the Lions on that. though,
I take the
barely.
Lions.
Yeah.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
now I'm making a point.
All right.
I take the Lions.
Right.
He's getting there.
I'm getting there. At running back, who got the better running back?
Green Bay, I don't even know who the fuck he is.
I'm a-
but
I'm
it's
a-
Green Bay.
We already know
I'm
that
gonna
answer.
get the answer Green
We
Bay.
already know that answer.
Green Bay.
Whoever it is.
With-
Green Bay got Jamal Williams and Aaron Jones. They got
And-
two rookies that be
And Ty
balling.
Montgomery ain't even really a running back, but
I don't even-
outperformed
whoever
ours.
The 4th-string running back is, he's better than
Aaron Williams, Ty Montgomery, I would take over the
Okay.
Lions corpse. Yeah.
Now let's go to a coach.
Oh, all day. I'm gonna take.
Who
Green Bay.
is Mike McCarthy a good
But
coach?
you know what? You know what?
Hold
He's a
on.
You know
Super
what?
Bowl winner.
I had
Now,
to.
when,
No,
so
I
is
had-
Jim Caldwell.
I had to
How
catch
long ago was
myself.
that?
I had to catch myself because that dude got Aaron Rodgers. That don't.
That's
it
the
don't-
point I'm making to
Yeah.
you. Now,
Y'all gonna
I
flip
can
that
coach
to-
the
now
Packers.
hold on. Don't Mike.
Yeah.
Right.
Now,
Okay.
who deserves to be fired? Jim Caldwell or Mike McCarthy?
Jim Caldwell.
Yo, they could get rid of Mike McCarthy.
Thank you.
and,
Thank you.
As long
Thank
as
you.
Aaron Rodgers is healthy,
Now,
you good.
Thank you. Now that's the point that I'm making because if y'all want, you can't have both. You can't have Stafford as Aaron Rodgers and want Jim
Yeah.
Caldwell out the door because Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the man.
The brain trying to stop.
That dude getting old.
Don't do it.
That's why he ain't want them fireball shots.
I can't wait.
Aaron Rodgers is
yelling
the
at
main
your
reason
kid.
Michael Jordan got a job,
I swear to God.
Okay, so look, DJ. If I tell you, look, I want you to be the head coach. I'm gonna guarantee you that your quarterback is gonna go for 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns in a season. Would you accept that, or no? You say that's not good enough.
On paper, I would accept it, but I'm sure that there's an
I
narrative.
mean,
that goes
you
along
can't
with
I
isolate
hate
the
your
stats
answers.
though.
Number one, but okay,
can't, man,
you can't
Matthew
hold the
Stafford is
Lions
top
to a different
5 in the
standard.
league
Yeah,
at
you
quarterback.
can.
You
We
can't.
got
Trash.
like 50 plus years of futility. I'll take average.
Let me draw one more parallel.
Let him stay.
That's why I wanted to stay. I'm
This
like,
is
I'm
just
good.
like this is just like the Clippers firing Doc Rivers. You got to win a season. You know good and well that you're not going to win a championship. You know
Yeah.
good and well that when you go to the playoffs, you're getting knocked out in round 1. So why fire the guy?
Because you know why? Because this is the NFL. NFL, you see teams that were ass the season before, and they come back and they're focused, and then all
Good
of a
point.
sudden
Good
they're,
point.
they're winning games in the playoffs. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
It's a, but
That's
it's,
what,
it's
that's
more.
what the NFL does.
That's more because there's a lot of
Jim
variance
Caldwell-
though. 16 games
That's
ain't
good
like
point,
a,
are
but not
who
the
we
Lions,
thought
though.
you
Okay,
are.
But
well,
not the
we-
Lions. When have you ever seen the Lions do that?
Man, I thought that
Not
the first
ever.
season
Oh,
Caldwell
oh.
came.
Not
plus-
never.
The first season Caldwell came.
11
Yes.
and 5.
50
right?
plus years of futility,
That was
bro.
great.
This is what we
That's
do.
the thing.
That's
That's
his
what I'm telling you.
slogan.
Yeah,
It's
seriously.
just Caldwell had.
Did we make the
Come on,
playoffs that year, or did we lose round 1? I think it was
lost
highly
round one.
competitive that year.
We lost round 1 on some
Yeah, the
cheap
Cowboys.
shit.
Yeah, against the Cowboys.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Will said this fool about to give his last breath on Caldwell.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So,
Let me
but
get on
that's
that
the
fake
thing.
Facebook.
I'm heated about Caldwell, man.
So-
We
I'm
know.
just-
We
I'm
can
very
see.
protective of the
Okay,
black coaches in
How
the
much
NFL,
time
man.
would you have?
He didn't
how much
deserve
more
to be
time
fired.
would you have given him?
One more year.
One more
He,
year.
he had
They
1 year
extended
left
him,
on the
guys.
contract.
Let
Yeah.
him
Guys,
do it.
If had he not gotten fired, how much time would you get?
I would evaluate him for the next year. That's,
One more
he had
year?
1 year on his contract left.
I would have gave him
This-
45 more seconds.
40.
So if I'm the GM, I'm saying, Jim, you shit the bed at the end of the year. It's not Stafford's fault. It's not nobody's fault. It's not an injury fault that happens around the league. Develop Stafford. If he needs some win mojo, get somebody in here that's going to help him do that. But this your last year. You got to show me something. Y'all have to have some sign of progression. And if I don't see it, you're gone.
That's the thing. They didn't
But-
see any progression from the first year.
I'm not even going at
It's
Stafford
all-
origin. I'm
So
going
you
at
think-
whoever
Right, but-
put together, whoever drafted Amir Abdullah. You lost.
Right.
You lost that one.
He was ass.
D.L.
I
Riddick.
would have drafted Amir.
D.L. Riddick.
Amir, his college highlights, he had me geek. I ain't gonna lie. When we picked Amir Abdullah, I'm like,
It
oh,
looked good
wow.
on paper. It looked
And in
good on film.
Tiny little
preseason, he was
fella.
clowning.
Yeah, but yeah. Come on,
Tiny
man.
little guy. Might be able to body.
You lost on that one. We had the O-line set. They got hurt.
Hey, John,
Taking it personal,
I cannot fuck with
I-
these two right here. I'm just gonna let you know right now. But
I mean, last question: Who you gonna replace them with? That's what I want to know. Who you gonna bring
Somebody.
to Detroit?
My thing
Somebody.
is-
Oh, Lord.
Somebody.
Right. Thank you.
All
Thanks
right.
for the
All right.
answer.
That's
and let me prove one more
these
Somebody.
point.
delusional Lions fans, man.
Yeah,
The
so-
championship he won, did he? I gotta make sure he won.
Oh, you about to
Yeah,
discount the
okay.
championship?
That
Okay.
was Tony
Someone
Dungy.
asked.
You feel me? That was Tony Dungy, man.
Excuse
That's all
me.
Tony Dungy.
And I encourage
But,
you
but
to
you,
call
but
in.
you love Gruden, though.
John,
And that was
Jonathan
Tony
Mesa,
Dungy's
going
too.
to high school with you.
No, Gruden.
248-579-5295.
Oh, wow. He
Excuse
took
me.
Tony
excuse
Dungy's
me.
team
Excuse
to
me,
the
guys.
Super
Guys,
Bowl.
we have
All
people
right.
actually
You gotta
watching.
do that.
Tell him to get it over with.
248-579-5295. He
Right.
said,
Hey,
I
I'm
know I
going,
am right
right?
now, but you guys are talking too fucking much.
Our viewers, I love y'all, but y'all be coming with some bullshit.
But his question was,
You just gonna-
his question
we
was,
hold our viewers. I'm sorry, that's what we do in the
You
studio.
call up here, you get
There's just calling, 'cause I
we
can't.
roasting you.
just
We roast our viewers. We love you.
Just
but we
call.
roast you.
Call in.
Just
idiot.
like, just like elementary.
just call in because these.
We're talking about
Anybody that
Caldwell.
calls in, you're a glutton for punishment.
Yeah,
Alright.
call in and talk some shit. But he said, would Caldwell have gotten us a championship? That was his question.
Absolutely. Hell to the fuck no. Hell to the no.
No.
Oh
Hell
my
no.
God.
Who we gonna bring in that's
Who
gonna
is?
bring us a championship?
Thank
That's
you.
my response.
Tony Dungy. Get your ass
Tony
up
Dungy. Come
and-
on,
and
man.
come here.
Dungy's
Who did
not
Tony
coming
Dungy
here,
have? He had Peyton Manning. He had a Hall of Fame quarterback.
He won
Legend.
it, but they gave it to
I'm gonna tell
Shy
y'all.
brother.
I'm gonna tell all Lions fans the truth that hurts.
Uh-oh.
the NFL coaches that you revere, the ones that you think will come deliver a championship, they don't think Stafford has what it takes.
Jonathan,
You all do.
No,
the number is
So
Let me
they're
see.
not about to waste
They
their
just
time
said
on
that
him.
the Detroit Lions
579
is the most attractive job in the
5295.
whole entire
I
league.
can't
Who said
text
that?
you right now.
Schefter? He went
I'm
to
live on my
UofM.
phone.
No,
He-
this is
He a
what
Lions fan, man.
this is the
Shefty.
conglomerate said.
You can win with Stafford if you got a cold D. You're going to have a top 5 D, bro. For real.
For the Bell.
You know what I'm saying? Stafford ain't bad, but he is not. He not
Where's
the.
the
Bell.
All
You
we
guys
need-
just gonna rearrange shit?
I know I'm
They
making
didn't
can't
let
even-
her
They
access
took him
a
off
ring
for the
then.
new year.
We
You know
can't
what I'm
even
saying?
have.
All right, thanks.
We
So,
can't
no,
even have.
Stafford is
comedic
not bad, but he is
pauses.
not great in the sense that he's gonna put
He
you on
said
the back
pause, Larry.
and win. Oh, pause. What did I? Oh,
You
Yeah.
said something about the
yeah.
best
Pause
D.
that one. I
Yeah.
said
The
great.
best-
Well,
It's
yeah.
cold.
That's
Oh,
even
you want
worse.
the great D?
Yeah,
Cold
pause.
D. He said cold D.
Oh.
I did say cold.
I don't know how that works, but
Pause. But you know what I'm saying? He's top 15.
we need a running back. He's top 5.
We need
No,
yeah.
he's
He's
not
top
top
5.
five.
Better
Stafford.
Stafford
alive.
ain't top
All right,
5. What?
name them. Go ahead.
Top 5?
Yeah.
We got Tom Brady, of course.
Right.
We got Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Okay.
Then we got who else?
You're not putting Stafford at number 3.
You made it to
I
2,
may,
bro.
I may,
Huh?
You said,
cause I
and the
really
first
want to
one we
put
started
cause
with,
Stafford. I'm thinking like Stafford
like
may
you,
be number
out of
3.
breath and
You
shit.
tripping, bro.
I would say Matthew number 3.
Nah, bro.
And then you got
You gonna put
Wentz.
Stafford?
You got Wentz.
You gonna put Stafford in
and
front
then
of
Russell?
Russell?
Wilson. He's
248
5th.
579
Who would you rather have?
95 5295 579
Nobody, really.
When I say who would you
Aaron
rather have,
Rodgers.
who would you
Aaron
rather
Rodgers.
have? Dak Prescott or Matthew Stafford?
Matthew Stafford.
I'm gonna take Stafford there.
Stafford.
I don't know about
Dak?
Dak yet.
I'd take Dak. He got legs.
Okay,
Who?
give us Ezekiel. Then what we gonna do?
We still need a line though.
We need defense.
Hold on.
Hey,
Hold on for dramatic.
Ezekiel. Give us Ezekiel.
Yeah, I'm taking Phillip Rivers. I'm taking
Uh,
Drew Brees.
Ooh, we
I'll take
Super
Phil.
Bowl
I
or
wouldn't take
bust.
Phil over Stafford. 'Cause
Man, Phil make it happen,
Phil
bro.
and Stafford the
Who?
same guy.
Phil who?
Jesus
Uncle
Phil.
Phil?
They don't do anything.
248
Who?
579
They throw a bunch of
5295.
yards and they do
Yeah.
nothing. So I'm sure that there's Chargers fans who think that Phil Rivers is like the next best thing. He's Stafford too,
Who
man.
else is in the league?
Some-
Phil is ass.
Oh, we got a
We
caller.
got a caller.
Yes.
Oh,
What up,
that's how that
Doe?
work.
What up, Doe?
Hey, how you? Hello, guys.
What's going on? State your name.
Jonathan Masick.
Okay, this is Johnny Masick. What's
First
up,
of
John?
all, I went to high school with you. Nice to hear your voice again.
And nice to hear yours as well.
He doesn't
Now, he's like, fuck you.
Promise him.
I don't have anything. What's your opinion, Johnny boy?
Well, first off, getting rid of Caldwell was a horrible decision.
Thank you.
I mean, I understand Quinn adopted him as a coach, but the man has been the most winningest coach in Lions modern day history.
Thank
So,
you.
Since we've been alive.
so you got to give him that. Second of all, he's guaranteed at least his 2018 contract because he signed that, and the next 2 years after that were team options. So at least he's paid.
Right, so he don't
But-
care.
He's just walking away like.
But third of all, you can't get rid of him just because of the fact that the Lions were expecting to do something better this year. You had multiple injuries on the offensive line. Abdullah and Theo Riddick really haven't panned out to be the running game that you have. I mean, we're at 68 straight games without a 100-yard rusher.
Right. And that's Caldwell's fault too, some kind of way, right?
No, that ain't Caldwell's fault.
Exactly.
That's on the team itself. That's either on Quinn, it's on Martha, it's on somebody, it's on
Martha?
Cooter, it's on who.
You want to hear what Martha's
Hey.
thoughts on Caldwell was? He's one of the finest coaches the Lions have ever
Yeah.
And
So
Yeah,
how's
that's
he
what she
fine?
says
After
to
winning
keep her
season.
publicity
And-
fucking up.
and-
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
For real.
You know what? The
And the
main
players,
reason.
the players feel like everything that he taught them on and off the field are lessons that they will keep for the rest of their lives. This is a quote.
Lifelong lessons
from
like Where
Martha.
Jimmy? Okay,
Tell
Jimmy
those
says where
guys.
Jimmy.
Right. Take
This
your
is the
daddy
thing, though.
issues elsewhere. We don't want to hear that shit.
Hey, look.
Say
this
that's what words of Martha. Okay.
All right.
No, this is the reason why he got
Wait,
fired.
hold on.
Because he has zero emotions.
Huh?
He's like, we need someone. I want to light a fire under these guys' ass.
Dude,
He's
that's
up there.
true.
Oh,
true.
it's gonna be okay. Like, no, I want to. They fucked up. Get in their ass, Jim.
We had that with Schwartz. That ain't work.
That didn't
It was headed that way.
Oh, my
But we had like one of the best
It was headed
defenses in
that
the
way.
league too, though. With Jim Schwartz, we had one of the best defenses in
Yeah,
the
we
league
did.
too.
We had that
Hey,
combination with
hey,
Silverman,
what
but-
the gentleman just said, it makes a great point. I want to
Why
say
are
this.
you so
It-
politically correct? What that gentleman?
This
Oh,
guy-
I don't
dude.
know which gentleman you're talking about,
I'm
so
sorry.
I am a
That's,
gentleman.
I
that's
don't
who I am.
have-
I'm sorry.
I'm fucking with you.
Who was correct? Who was correct, and what did they say? I need to see.
With Caldwell having a little bit more of emotion,
Oh,
how would I say this?
I disagree.
When you lost the Atlanta game because of
Millie Rocket right
a rule the NFL made, which by the way is
Amen.
going to be changed in the offseason, which makes, in my opinion, that's 7 changes in rules that have been happened to the Lions at the detriment of that team.
Right.
I mean, the Calvin Johnson catch, the tap out against Seattle.
y'all killing me, man.
I mean, come on, we can go on and on.
So y'all telling me the Lions
So-
going to go from 50 years of futility to playoff contender if Caldwell kind of yells on the sideline a little bit? That's what y'all telling me right now.
That's stupid.
No, but no, I
Football
would like
is
to
an
have
emotional game.
a commander in chief stand up for me on
Right.
the podium and say, Roger Goodell or the referees, hey, why aren't you? Hey, you're going to change the rules now. Well, what happened back then? Because if they win that game against Atlanta, we're in the playoffs right now.
Exactly.
Well, Tony Dungy was successful. He never did that.
Exactly.
And not to mention, how do you overturn that call when it's called a touchdown? And you're telling me there was
Exactly.
conclusive
You
evidence
feel
to
me?
overturn that call?
Preach.
I mean, come on.
Delusions of grandeur,
Preach.
man. These Lions, man.
Preach.
I can't do
You
it.
notice how
Hey, I might be,
Back to
hey,
you.
I might be
I
a
do agree
delusional
with that.
Lions fan that hopes that they're going to win.
Switch him.
I agree.
But-
Hey,
Caldwell
Hey,
man,
let's
you've
be
just
honest.
been turned.
Hey.
Let me turn
Let's
you
be
back
honest.
on
If that
our
was
side.
if that was the Patriots playing Atlanta on that day and that call happened, do you
Oh.
think the Patriots
That don't
that
even-
same thing happens, or do you think the Pats get to run one more play?
We got
They get one
cheated.
more play.
They
It's on
already
your
the
side.
Pat, but they already got the refs in the bag. It don't even matter. That don't count. Pats.
Wait, what's the
It is-
caller's name again? Jim?
Jim
John.
Schwartz.
John.
John.
Oh, you talking
John.
about him? Okay.
John, I disagree with the fact that if Caldwell had more emotion, then we'd be blah blah blah. All right. So if you think about all of the winning Super Bowl coaches, think about them.
Okay.
Let's talk about Mike McCarthy. He doesn't show any emotion.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Nah,
Bill
not
Belichick
really.
doesn't
Yes, he
show any
does.
emotion.
Yes, he does.
Okay,
Jim
what,
Caldwell.
what
doesn't-
is a good
now,
coach?
wait. He just seems like what Jim Caldwell seems like to me is that granddaddy, who you already know he'll beat your ass. So you don't fuck around. You see what I'm saying? So all you
right.
do is just look at you. Now, behind closed doors, your granddaddy whooping ass, but at the supermarket, he not about to embarrass himself and anybody else.
No,
I mean, it's like
I
it's
don't
none
look
of
at it
your
like that.
business.
I don't think like nobody's
You
held-
want him to show emotion for you
accountable.
when you watch the fucking press conference.
No, I want him to show that he's showing some type of accountability for people that fuck up. And I don't think that's happening in the locker room or anything. The little interviews I see, it's all right, you know, we
are
got to
they-
do
are
this
these your-
X, Y,
are
and
these your
Z, and we're
gloves?
going to be better.
Are
You know what I'm
these-
saying?
Are these your
That's
gloves?
those are my gloves.
Are these your gloves?
So
Delusions of grandeur. These Lions fans, man.
So that's
Let's
that's
move
that's this.
on, man.
You see
Let's
my
get the
glove. That's
final word on this,
That's
P.
my right to complain because I'm a true fan. You know what I'm saying? Like old boy tried to steal on me last time. Ticket holder, season ticket holder. You feel me?
At the
I've
queue
been
line?
there. I've been there.
Talking about we was at
No,
the
a
queue
caller.
line?
A caller called
yeah,
in
yeah.
last
Hi,
time.
Ian.
So
What
he
do
was
you
a
have to
season
say?
ticket
Oh,
holder.
yeah.
So I know.
John Masick, I have Ian on live right now.
All right, let's move on,
Tyler.
man. Mason, we appreciate you calling in. Call back, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah,
Call
yeah.
in because I can't.
You guys
hear
have a good one.
You
Ian.
too,
man.
man.
248
All right, take care, guys. Bye.
295.
All right, so just like
gotta
Mason,
move
all right,
on,
call
too,
into
though.
to the best sports show in the world.
In
folks,
the
or
whole
B-Land.
world. Okay,
What else
since
we
we're
got?
already on NFL, let's talk about MVPs.
See, this is the
2018.
thing, though. This is
It's
my
tough.
thing. It's like really, it's got to be Tom Brady.
I've heard
which
two
I
names
do not want
consistently.
Tom, but god damn, this guy is so fucking great that he can win it like every year. You know, I'm gonna root for the underdog, and I'm gonna say Todd Gurley.
I'm going Todd Gurley. I'm tired of quarterbacks winning that joint.
Yeah,
dog.
but
Right.
it's not gonna happen with Tom.
Yeah.
Right. And Tom Brady gets everything.
Only times a running back wins the MVP if they do some shit that had never been done before. You gotta break the record on rushing yards or touchdowns or something.
Yeah.
Last time someone a running back has won the MVP without like breaking a record was Emmitt Smith.
Or the Heisman too. Okay.
Right, so it's going to go to a quarterback. I
Right.
think Wentz would have won it.
Wentz
or
is gonna win.
He was
flat
supposed
out.
to. He's injured.
Before
so
he
he's
went
not
down
gonna
tragically.
Yeah, before he went
Goodbye,
down,
Philly. It's
I
over.
think that if you are a running back or a wide receiver, a skill position, and you win MVP, you're a part of the Illuminati. Somebody asked you to come to that back room, and it's all kind of stuff that would involve this.
Thoughts of DJ.
Oh man.
Yeah, somebody asked
My
you.
So I think Tom is going to win,
Get
but
that
I
bell.
want Gurley.
Is there a defensive
Ring my
player
bell.
that you think could at least qualify? I can't even think.
Yeah,
I ain't been
Yeah, I've
watching this
only
year,
heard
though.
those two names,
Calais Campbell?
Gurley and Brady, but
Calais Campbell,
the corner or
the defensive
Ramsey.
end for
Ramsey.
the Jags.
Yeah, Jags.
Yeah,
I think
but
they
they
want
ain't,
quarterback.
they ain't having a. It's hard to have that impact on D though.
It's hard.
If JJ Watt
Yeah.
ain't winning that year,
Right.
ain't nobody ever gonna win it on D again.
I cannot stand
Who's your pick for offensive rookie of the year?
offensive rookie.
Oh,
of
we
the
have a
year.
caller.
Got a caller.
Oh, that's okay.
What up, though? You reached the stew.
Bitch, you
State
live.
your name. Gangster.
Yeah, what's up, man? It's Ian. How y'all doing?
What's
Yeah,
going
what up,
on,
though?
man? You
No
all
doubt.
right?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Y'all still talking about this Caldwell situation? Y'all done moved on.
You can
we
chime in
gotta
if you
move
want
on.
to
Yeah, I mean-
Add your thoughts.
No, I think you can bring some good insight into. We're talking about MVPs right now.
MVPs for NFL?
NFL.
Well, that's hard. That's hard to judge right now because honestly, I did not watch a lot of football this year. I did a little boycotting, so I did not actually watch a lot of football in the NFL at all. But
my brother.
But if I had to guess, I would think Carson Wentz
Oh, you want
would have had a good until he got hurt.
Oh,
Would have had a good shot. But outside of that, I really don't know
You
who's even
wouldn't.
balling like that.
Hey, it's hard to tell. Yeah, outside
Yeah.
of Gurley and Brady.
Yeah, those are the
You got-
only two consistent names that I've heard.
Russell Wilson was up there until he had that ass game like last week.
But
Yeah, he
I
was.
feel like with Russ, bro, they ain't give him nothing to work with. His receivers
Nah,
suck.
Well,
Right, that's
His
why
running
he-
back suck. His
Nah.
O-line.
Thank
That's
you.
why he should have been.
Can we get that kind of
candidate.
effort from Stafford if we're going to praise him? That's all I'm saying. If you're
His-
not going
his
to have
numbers
nothing.
are shitting on Russell's numbers though.
But Russ
Yeah,
Russ
but-
ain't got nothing on offense, though.
And,
What does-
and,
what does
and Stafford
Matthew
don't
have?
got shit on Russell.
He got Tate and Jones.
Wilson. I was
Better
gonna
than
say
I'm glad you
Yeah,
made that.
Ron
I'm
Sweat.
glad you made another ooh.
Oh,
What
That-
the fuck was Russell
Literally.
doing with Golden Tate over there? Absolutely, positively nothing. He came to the Lions. We blew breath in his lungs. You know what I'm saying?
No, they had a run game though, but like,
Now, you can't blame Russell for that because Russell was a rookie the year
Yeah.
they won the Super
And
Bowl,
Marshawn Lynch,
and
you can't blame him, but they
and
had
then
Marshawn
and then
Lynch.
Golden
They
Tate
need-
left that the year after that.
Thank you.
yeah, they didn't need.
Right. No,
the-
no. If Golden Tate was
Hey,
Golden
Ian, call him
Tate,
more
give
often.
him that. Give him the rock. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You can't blame him, but he won a Super Bowl. Come on, man. I can. I'm just saying he's not better than Matthew Stafford. Period.
You tripping?
Oh, well,
You tripping?
I don't know, man. Here's why that's tough. They're two different quarterbacks. Russell's 5'10". First of all, you can't it's just like compare people that say Matthew Stafford's elite when you try and compare him to Brady and Rodgers. You can't compare him to Brady and Rodgers. He's in their own world. But as far as playmaking ability, Matthew Stafford is probably the most talented of any quarterback in the NFL. Now, from a mental
He's
standpoint,
celebrating
I
over
think
here.
Matthew
He's
Stafford.
celebrating.
Hold on, but
He's
does
celebrating
talent
over here.
always
You just made his
translate on
day.
the field though?
I mean, shit.
There's
he's
a lot
Exactly.
of
Exactly.
there's a
That's
lot
why I
of
said
talented players,
mentally,
but he's
mentally, I think Matthew Stafford can sometimes be a little bit fragile.
Ooh,
fragile.
yeah.
No.
Here's the thing,
Yeah.
man. If you
But-
don't
I
win
witnessed
games,
Matthew
bro.
come in with a dislocated shoulder and win the game. You know what I'm saying?
All right, answer me this
Now-
question, Mr. Stafford.
Now,
All right.
that's
Hold
that's
on,
that's
Ian.
back when he had
Time
to
out in the
prove something.
studio. I gotta make a pause and I gotta say something real quick.
He's
to
serious
Slimmy,
this time, folks.
because Slimmy Stafford. Let me ask you a question. 2 minutes on the clock. You got a 2-minute drive to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who do you feel more confident in, Matthew Stafford or Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, I'm going Aaron Rodgers.
Duh.
Aaron,
yeah.
but the thing is,
That was my
Aaron and Tom is the only person I would consider
I'm
giving
taking
the ball
Russell.
before Matthew Stafford.
Okay, so with that being said,
I'm taking probably
He's just
Wentz.
taking an
with that
option
being
that wasn't an
said,
option.
if you don't have the 2-minute
Come
juice
on,
to
man.
win a game, then
I
we
think
need
all
a
of the
defense for
above.
you. We need a running game for you. It's not the coach. That's
No,
you see what I'm
no.
saying?
Okay, you said
That's
that.
all I'm saying.
Okay, but
'Cause
I'm gonna say
you can't
this.
win a game by yourself, and
You
you
can't?
just admitted. You just told me.
You picked Aaron Rodgers though,
You said that
the
Tom
best quarterback
Brady.
in the league.
You said it was 2 people who can win games.
Okay, and I'm gonna say this.
So, this,
now.
so if you want to
I'm
put it
gonna say
towards
this
Russell
now.
Wilson,
Matthew, Ian, I'm gonna put this out there because he's probably gonna say the same thing. Last year, Matthew Stafford broke the record in NFL history for most comeback wins in NFL history. Period.
Well,
So,
why is he
so that
always
means
needing
he's
to
the
come
most
back,
clutch.
though?
That means he's clutch.
But
'Cause
why
What
they
have you
always
done for me
needed to
lately?
you know
come
why
back?
he's coming back? Because Jim Caldwell calling all these hoe ass plays,
Oh.
and then they
Oh.
finally be like,
Jim.
"Okay, Jim." Then Matthew be like, "Okay, Jim, the shit you calling
Fuck
is not
that.
working.
Let me
I got
handle
it,
this.
Jim."
Let me
And then
handle
they come
this.
back and win. That's why he deserves to get fired. Because Matthew Stafford got to say,
So-
"Fuck
If
these
that
plays."
was the case, though,
and let
then
me
why don't
call
they
them."
win more games?
Thank
They
you.
do.
So
Do
They
they,
won
though?
8. They won 8 games coming from behind.
Why
But
not
they
win them
lost
all?
last minute, like they always, like every
Always.
season though.
This
That
year we
is
lost
the
last
fucking.
coming
this
back.
year he didn't come back on nothing, dog.
He
He
did.
lost. No, he lost a whole bunch
At
of
the
games. We didn't
beginning
beat
of the
nobody.
season, everyone was happy.
Not nobody
And
over
then-
Yeah.
500. I'm
I
saying
was
nobody over
surprised.
5. That's what I mean by
Minnesota
nobody.
Vikings.
That might be
All right,
one.
so I
team
got-
with
I
a
got-
record over
I got
500
2 points.
teams.
The
I got
Vikings
it written
team
down.
is-
Wait,
stacked,
the
bro.
caller
And we
is
beat 'em.
talking.
Once. Go ahead.
So
Ian.
Yeah.
I
get off
got 2
this
points when it
subject.
comes to Stafford and Caldwell.
Okay.
I believe,
Okay.
and this is at every level, I don't care if you make millions or you playing youth, your team is a reflection of your head coach.
Absolutely.
So,
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
your head
That boy went to
coach,
school.
if he's nonchalant, not very, seeming into the game, that's how your team plays. When we had, and I'm a Caldwell fan, I think he's a good coordinator. I do not think he's a good head coach.
Mm.
So, when you take Jim Caldwell and Matthew Stafford's record, yes, it's a winning record, but they haven't beat anybody. They
Right.
beat the teams they should beat, and they never win the games they need to win.
Right.
So, in that aspect, Caldwell's got to go.
Can I
Absolutely.
interject
You know-
real quick?
Go ahead.
So, what was Stafford's record against teams over 500 coming into this season?
Shit.
5-46. I say you the trouble, my brother. So,
Oh,
based on
my
your
God.
logic, we should have got rid of Stafford a long time ago because he ain't
And
beat, he can't beat
Now,
unless we're calling him a loser
this
and we
is why-
okay with him losing to teams that
No,
are
thing
above
is,
and
though-
this is why I
500.
said it's a two. This is why I said it's a
Oh,
two-part
okay.
thing because I'm not necessarily a Stafford fan. I don't think we should get rid of him, but at the same time, I don't think Jim Caldwell is a great game manager. That you guys mentioned the comebacks that they had the year before this year. That year they were having to do those comebacks because early in the game
Yeah,
they
they were
wasn't
down.
doing what they were supposed to do. They was always playing lethargic, always playing catch up football, and then all of a sudden they go 2-minute offense,
Wow.
and that's the Lions should be a more hurry up tempo style offense.
My-
If you
my
ever
question-
notice
I
when
got a
they do
question.
that,
So-
they play a lot better.
If you got an
Need more
average
calls.
to above average coach that gives you, a shot at the playoffs, do you necessarily would you rather fire that person and take your chances, or would you want to keep them until you got a better plan in place? What is your? If you the GM,
You
Yeah,
said,
you
you
gotta have a
said
better
what was the first part?
This is
if so, you got to go. I'm gonna call Caldwell average to above average. Do you fire him and
Mm-hmm.
leave it up to the guys to find a new coach, or do you stick with that guy and have a decent chance at the playoffs till further notice? What call do you make? Well, I think you're gonna say you're gonna fire him because you said you don't like Caldwell.
It's not I don't like him as a head coach. I think he was at a disadvantage already because I don't think you can have a new GM come in and then not already feel like you're on the hot seat. Now you got to try and feel like you got to prove yourself. You playing with your butt tight every game because you got to prove yourself to this new GM.
Pause.
So I
Pause.
think
You gotta clip,
you know,
just
I
lock
think
it
he
and
already-
snap it.
Yeah,
he
pause.
already out there not doing what he really needs to do and coaching in a relaxed manner and in a relaxed state. I do not think Jim Caldwell was the right fit for our talent level. Jim Caldwell is the right fit to be a coordinator. That's why he helped get Peyton Manning to a Super Bowl. That's why he helped Joe Flacco get to a Super Bowl. But from a head coach standpoint, the team has to reflect the head coach. And when the only person that can really do that and get away with it is Tony Dungy, if you ever notice. And who is Jim Caldwell's mentor? Tony Dungy. So you have to take it for what it is, and you need to bring in a coach that's fiery and that fits our players. Matthew Stafford is a fiery player. Y'all remember that Dallas comeback he had when he did the fake fight?
Definitely fiery.
That
only
is a
fiery
different
play he had
Matthew
was
Stafford.
when he fucked his shoulder up, and then he came back hobbling when he was a rookie. Oh, I'm so hurt. I love you guys.
I ain't calling
This is
Stafford
the thing,
fiery.
man.
Nothing else.
This is the
Nah,
thing.
bro.
We gotta move on.
Yeah, we do have
We
to
gotta
move
move
on.
on. But I just
Okay.
want to touch on one thing though.
Thanks
They
for
always
calling
talking
in.
about how Matthew Stafford got this record against winning teams.
You're right.
He inherited a 0-16 Detroit Lions. How many goddamn teams is he supposed to win with a team that couldn't win one fucking game?
So why fire the coach?
Right. He inherited a legendarily bad.
Right.
We
Lions
passed that.
team.
We passed that 0-16.
I had to put that
We was already trending.
legendarily.
So you-
I was about to
so-
do
so
for
hold
granted.
Stafford.
And last thing, I'll let y'all go. We need to get rid of the
We're actually letting
motherfucking
you go,
Ebron
but-
and get a running game. Period.
Right. We need to get a running game. Absolutely.
Oh man,
Man,
Y'all
thanks for
Lions
your
fans.
call, man.
All right,
Thank
bro.
you.
Call
All right,
back.
y'all.
This guy's enlightened.
Hey, I don't know how I feel
Yeah.
about him. He's all right.
We need
Call
more
back
callers.
in.
He was in the middle
Hey,
there.
Yeah.
I changed my mind, though.
Hey, if you call, man,
Our viewers
be
are
on one
very
side of the
fucking
fence.
intellectual and smart,
Obviously.
and they agree with me. So that means you're the shit.
Okay.
Moving on. Let's get off the
Moving
NFL.
on.
My MVP. I mean, just let me get a one take from everybody. MVP. I say, girly, I would have went Antonio Brown before the injury. You.
Mhm.
I would say Brady.
I'm gonna go with Gurley, but Tom Brady's gonna win.
Okay.
Gurley, just because I don't want to say Brady.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
it. It's
I didn't
really-
want to, but I
Yeah,
know what
it's
it
Brady.
is
And the
already.
words are solid,
well,
baby.
okay. What?
It's hard to.
Scuba
Who's gonna
State.
be in the Super Bowl? Real quick before I move on.
Uh,
What's
the
your
Rams.
prediction?
The Rams.
Against?
Against who?
Pats.
I say Rams and Pittsburgh.
Nah, I'm going Rams and the Pats.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh ain't beating the Patriots though.
Pats winning again.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Pats
see
for
a
sure.
Falcons.
Falcons ain't going.
Rematch?
Patriot rematch.
Nah.
That ain't happening.
Matt Ryan ass.
Falcons caught lightning in the bottle and cracked the bottle. It's sad.
Okay.
Moving
NBA.
on.
Can we
NBA.
talk about
Moving on
Isaiah?
to
We've
the
been talking
NBA.
about NFL for 30 minutes or so.
Throwing
Man,
up oops.
way too long.
Talking about the
We
NFL.
had to get that out, though.
We
We
did,
had to
man.
get
Yeah,
that out of the
you.
system.
yeah.
I'm glad we got past that because
Dude,
there was a moment in
waiting all
time
week.
where I was
Yeah,
a little, I was
man.
scared.
You-
I
had
didn't
to
think
heal.
we were gonna make it through.
He needed
that
some healing over here.
conversation.
He's
Yeah.
good now.
I'm happy.
Nah,
I'm geeked.
he
We got the
mad.
cancer. We
I
got the
need
cancer
that.
going.
You geek till
I'm
we
like-
go 5-11
I'm like
next
Walter.
year.
I'm like Walter White. The cancer is not responsive. We're good.
Bring Matt Patricia. We're gonna still be terrible.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm upset because
Right.
when I went to the Lions
on.
game, I went to 2 or 3 this year, and I was excited. I had a great time. It ain't matter if we won or lost because I'm a realistic Lions fan. I just knew that we had a chance. It was going to go down to the wire, and
Yep.
the shit was nice,
It's
man.
gonna be entertaining.
That was
you
it,
know?
bro. And now?
Now I don't know where we going.
Now?
I don't know
oh,
where
my
we going.
God.
Oh my god.
5-11, like
5-11.
you said, would be terrible.
We back at it.
All right, all right.
All right, Isaiah Thomas.
all right.
what y'all wanna know
Isaiah
about?
Thomas. So the question is, how do you feel he performed in his return, and should he play against the Boston Celtics in the TD Garden in the next game?
Right.
After?
How do I feel about his return? You said right.
Right.
Return was dope. He went into like 17 points in 18 minutes or something close
Yeah,
to
like
that.
19 minutes. Yep.
Yeah, my stats kind of one or
Something
less,
like
one
that.
or more. So yeah, he's IT still. He still got it. You know what I'm saying? He had the explosion. And I saw him pump fake and take off to the rim a couple times, and he looked like the old IT. His jumper was still hitting. So, but should he have played in TD? I mean, that's the more important question. I think he should have, but I feel the Cleveland staff are holding him back because they don't want him to go too hard and re-injure something.
Right.
However, if he's able to play and he's healthy,
Nah, you want to ease him back from that injury, though.
Right.
I mean, if it's an ease back situation, I understand.
My dude Kawhi, he been half a
easy,
game here and there for the
Yeah.
whole since he got back
Right.
for like 3
A
weeks
lot
now.
of that is mental.
which is
though.
crazy
That
because he
shit
could be
is-
That
MVP.
too.
That's scary.
Kawhi could be easily the MVP of the league, but Pop is his coach, and Pop like I'm about them rings, so I don't care. But
But back to Isaiah though,
Yeah.
they should have held him out and let him play against Boston just to get it over with. so they ain't got to deal with
I don't
it.
think so. Let
Get
the
it over with.
anticipation build.
They're gonna end up in the playoffs anyway. I don't know if
Yeah.
they probably got another game on the schedule anyway.
February they got another game.
Yeah, but just get it over with and let him rehab, get back into it. Get it over with, man. Because you can tell he's still dealing with it because I think they wanted to give him a tribute.
He said
And he
straight.
declined. Yeah. So let him get it over with, get out there on the court.
Yeah.
All the hoopla, the coverage, and now y'all can move on. They don't
It's-
care about the regular season anyway.
The reason it's
Right.
whack though is because like he is going to take out all his aggression on somebody who's not on the court. He gonna be crossing over Danny Ainge. You know what I'm saying? Hitting a step back on Danny Ainge. Kyrie ain't got nothing to do with it. They boys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They gonna
They
dap each
hugged
other
for
up
at
and
least
laugh.
3 minutes
Yeah.
after the
Yeah,
game.
but I wish that it was something personal between them two, like it is between Kyrie and Bron. But they never match up unless it's a switch off, because LeBron is 6'8" and me and Kyrie the same height. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
yeah.
How do you feel, Killer?
We'll say, but I don't know. I was giving insight. I'm just
She
trying to
out.
breathe right now. I can't.
Oh,
My
told you I
whole
had the
face.
NyQuil in the joint.
So look,
I blame Kate.
I would have
don't
liked
know.
for Isaiah to play against Boston, but it was a smart move because he come with that fragile ass hip and try to check Kyrie Irving. He's gonna
Oh,
re-injure
man,
that
here you go. You got
motherfucker
Joe.
quickly as hell. He do not want to be trying to set his
You
feet
got
on
Joe.
Kyrie and Kyrie make his ass fall
Oh,
and re-injure
man.
that hip. So he knew. He's like, I gotta be 100%. Now, I want to see the 100% IT because you come out there half-ass against Kyrie, you gonna make Sports Center. So it was smart and strategic
They coulda-
on his part.
Did
to
he
not
start?
play
Did he
Boston.
start? He didn't start. Did he start that game?
No, he didn't start.
Oh yeah, bring him out on the
game.
bench. You ain't gotta check Kyrie. Bring him out.
It's
Bring him
gonna
with the
happen.
bench squad.
If I'm the coach of Boston, I'm like, we're gonna set some screens.
Get him out there
We
15
gonna Get that
minutes.
fragile ass hip on Kyrie.
He don't play D anyway, so
and it's gonna be over.
he don't play D. So
It's gonna be
he
I
ain't
mean-
gonna- he not gonna play no D.
When it comes down to it, it's the
Not gonna
NBA. It's regular season. It
That's
don't
only
matter.
5 minutes.
So yeah, so
Golly.
Yeah,
I
that's
applaud
right.
you, IT. You was smart with that move and not playing Boston because you would have got embarrassed and it would have been a bad look for you
Oh,
coming
man.
back. Because I know IT, I know your heart. You want to try to drop 50 on Boston. So
Right.
come back in February. I think it's February 24th when they play them, something like that. Come back on February 4th and give your all out effort and still get your ass buzzed. So thanks. I feel like it was the right move on his part, even though we wanted to see it as fans, but don't re-injure that hip getting crossed over.
Let's talk some crypto before the
Yes,
show is
we
over.
Let
have
me
a
get y'all
couple
this
minutes
game
left,
because
so-
I don't want to be on these black millionaire off that get rich off this, dog.
Right. We trying to get you paid in the stew. We do
Yeah.
more than just.
Shoot the
it's
questions, man.
not just
I'll be
sports.
quick and simple.
Here we go.
What is cryptocurrency? What is Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is the first OG cryptocurrency that is decentralized, which means nobody can control it or administrate it, and it's based on the technology called the blockchain. The best way I could describe it is if you took a dollar bill, the blockchain would record every single time that dollar bill was used in a transaction. It is publicly available. So that's what we mean by blockchain. So it's like a chain of blocks, which are all the transactions. And it's a digital currency that is decentralized. It was created in 2009, I think.
Okay.
So there
What's
you
the
go.
best way to invest? There's a lot of
Yeah.
ways to invest. You have mining, you have lending, staking. Would you buy and sell? People day trade. If you're a beginner, what would be the best way you would tell a beginner to invest?
99% of people should just spend what they can afford and just buy coins. Start
sit.
off with, yeah. If you're not a day trader, don't try to day trade. I tried, it didn't work out. Don't try to swing trade. I tried. My man
What's
just
a
hit me
swing
today.
trade?
Yeah, what is...
Like a lot of times the price fluctuates daily, and people try to catch it at the high and sell it for the low to get more. Don't work
Sucks.
out. Buy Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and then branch out as you learn. But don't just buy for long term.
Okay.
You 1 to
Okay.
3 years, not like trying to get rich in
So
6 months.
how do you go about doing this, though? Like, how do you do it?
So Coinbase.com is for U.S. citizens. Is where you can like deposit dollars and buy Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. And then from there, you need to learn how to use exchanges. To buy all the other coins, you need to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum for that.
Here's something I want to say for all of our Apple subscribers who go to Apple Podcasts and subscribe. I made a big mistake yesterday and today. I did it twice because I knew I had to lose some money to learn. I withdrew funds from Coinbase, and I applied them to one of these lending opportunities. It's actually USI Tech and Dave Vore. They charge $15 to do that. Don't do that. Open it. I mean, GDX is the same thing.
Oh, yeah,
I had to
GDX.
YouTube the shit. I was about to tell you that in Facebook, like, dog, you should have told me about GDX, but because I moved quick.
Hey,
You ain't think I was moving that quick.
well, it's
though,
like
probably.
you like one of 40 in the inbox these days, bro.
Yeah.
Ever since December, y'all
Inbox
been up
Larry.
in there.
Inbox Larry
Getting
if you have
stuff now.
questions. But I have an opportunity I'm rolling out for folks with Devore Coin real soon. So be on the lookout for that. If you follow me on Facebook, Detroit Red 2, I'm going to try to get everybody some money. It's a lending opportunity. They pay 1% interest a day.
Look at him plugging.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know
How
what
much
I'm
time we
saying?
got, Maestro? A minute?
Maestro,
Half a
we
minute.
got to have more than that because we didn't start
Do
at
we?
9.
I mean-
Or just
No,
that,
but
that
your
doesn't
time's
count.
up at 9.
Let me
Yeah.
let me make
Oh.
my
That's how it
let me
works.
make my pitch.
That's why
though.
we're
Why y'all
Um,
ain't start then?
That's why we're on
Show
time.
up on time.
Yeah, let me
Y'all
make
should just started without the
let me
board.
get my last 1 minute pitch though. Like cryptocurrency is really not currency. It's akin to like the new internet. So a lot of these coins are coins that are used for new technologies. You got like Harvard grads, dudes with like 15 years experience at Google, Uber, stuff like that, starting real legitimate companies that utilize blockchain technology. So don't think you're just investing in some sort of coin that you can trade back and forth. Like it is a new financial market, and it's like the new internet, and it's not too late because half of y'all don't know nothing about it yet. So
I'm making $500K this year, so boss your life up.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah, he might
whispering
make
into
50.
a mic
I might
that's
make
already
500.
on his mouth,
he might make
so
50. I'm
I don't
Hater in the
know.
house. Typical
He's
Renaissance
doing
bread
this.
type of cat.
I don't think
I'll-
that helps anything.
We'll bring me back a year later, and we'll
Phoenix.
show some results, man.
Yeah, we'll roll out
And I'm still riding that Corolla, regardless,
for sure.
with the bullet hole in it. They shot at me on the freeway. So
They doing that now.
yeah, I was one of them cats. Guys.
Okay.
Yeah, one shot couldn't drop me. I took it and smiled. Come on, man. I got street cred.
That's a
Well,
hood
there was
tale.
that was a
That's
hood tale. That was it.
All right, we
Wrap it
up.
up.
One shot couldn't drop me.
Yeah.
Bye.
Episode 25. We'll be keeping it live.
Hey.
I know how to rhyme.
I don't like you.
I know.
I know.
It's well known.
Nah, that's not true.